Hello everyone, welcome back to a World of Warships Blitz video with the T-61 on the Aurora map. So really what I want to do is start to go through some tactics, or what's going through my mind, so that people can learn, because I do a lot of battle commentaries, but I think sometimes it just comes across as inane chatter. So thanks everybody for your patience, but let's try and dig into some valuable stuff. Anyway, this is the T-61, which is a comfortable little destroyer. So on this map, if I'm in a destroyer, and I'm usually on this map in an Unshun to be honest, but the T-61 is sort of a smokeless version of the Unshun. It's a pretty good all-round boat, slightly more powerful torpedoes, slightly more powerful guns, slower, slightly less flexible, without the smoke, so okay, then it's quite different. Right, anyway, but it's got similarly pretty tight concealment, so it hasn't quite got the same extreme concealment of the Unshun, but it's pretty good. So what I try and do here is I go out the front, and at some point I'll get about a third of the way towards the enemy cap, and then I'll basically do a hard turn to the right or the left. Now here we've spotted something, so I'm going to do a hard turn to the left because it looks like someone's doing a flanking maneuver. There's a Leander travelling in a straight line, so basically we give them a couple of torpedoes, because they reload pretty quick on the T-61, and at least it'll break up their advance and make them a little bit of an easier target. Now the Leander's obviously keeping an eye on that destroyer to his left and to my north, but completely ignores my torpedoes and gets hammered. He smokes up because basically he doesn't want to have to deal with two sets of opponents. Leaving the Congo, heading straight ahead. The Congo's starting to turn. We keep an eye out. We keep the speed up, because otherwise that Leander's going to spot us. And there we have a Nicholas. Right. So my torpedoes are back. Because it's a large ship, generally with a large ship you fire down the cone. It seems to be turning, but I'm making a bet that it's not going to turn much, but actually it's probably turned more than I expected. But if we're lucky, maybe that, no, the Nicholas is too smart to get locked into those torpedoes. So basically we're just going to open up on the Nicholas. He's a good little gunboat as well, but he's just not quite as capable as the Germans. Oh, when I turn, you only get one rear gun, so okay, so 3 of the 4 guns rotate to the front. There we go, we're all back on target. So they reload pretty quick. He gets well and truly slammed by the friendly. It was one of those 2 battleships. Last thing he does is let loose his torpedoes onto me, but we turn in because basically, well, that's the tactic. You assume the last thing a destroyer does is let loose his torpedoes. So now that we've basically broken up the flank, the only ship left is this Congo. The Leander's disappeared to the north. The Congo's alone against 2 battleships and a destroyer, and well, he has no chance. To be fair, you know, I quite like the Congo as a ship, and it is probably the best multi-role battleship out there, but those odds are a bit much. Right, we've got a call for help. So really you just need to observe what your friendly team is doing, and your options really in this map are try and assault the enemy base, or defend your base. But the main thing is to try and stick together and push up as a group, because if you get separated and fragmented, particularly if the enemy's disciplined, it can lead to some awfully appallingly slow games where basically the enemy bunches up on the cap and you've got a big knot of battleships to blast your way into. But that's where a little destroyer like this is quite happy, because you can get in close, flick some torpedoes through. Now I'm firing these torpedoes to try and scare this guy off, but well, he's history, but he's managed to get a fair bit of damage against the New York, about half of those hit. So that's a lot of pain. Our team is pulled back together into the cap, so we've got 5 against 3, so yeah, you do have to watch your numbers on this map. Sometimes it's easy to get carried away, and there have been 1 or 2 games where it sort of turned at the last minute when 1 or 2 of the team members, maybe myself included, but I won't say, get a bit exuberant and end up getting shot up, and it only takes a couple to get shot up. They've got battleships remaining, you know, and cruisers, and if one of our battleships and 2 of our battleships get shot up, for example, then they'll have the points advantage on us. Right, so here's a rather familiar looking Leander. He's healed up a lot of damage, so good on him. But unfortunately, that's one of the things that's one of the problems that these guys face, is that we drove him out of the game, and by the time he could come back and make a meaningful difference, it was all pretty much over. So by breaking up that advance, he went back for reinforcements, but he's not. By the time he managed to reinforce the other flank, it was in trouble because it had pushed forward too aggressively. So breaking that rule about keeping tight with your mates. Here's the Bayern. 38 seconds. I'll get one torpedo shot at this guy, so I've got to make it count. So put one there. Put one there. So all I'm after at this point is points. We load up HE. And, well, basically we just start hitting them. I just want to burn them. Just anything to raise that points total. What we got looks like 3 solid hits, or 2. 3 hits just on the tip of the bow there. That's good. Puts my score up to 43,000. And lists me at the top of the table. So that's Aurora in a destroyer, scout, and then support. There you go. That's the short version. The T-61, of course, is a thoroughly recommended ship. It's extremely well balanced, very effective, so it's a good, comfortable ship to play. Taking on a bit more of a torp role than a gun role in this battle, but then again, the small ships seemed to disappear, and it was the big ships we were fighting, so torps it is. So, yeah, I hope you found that educational. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.